Remember Okujato Ablakwa saying that they will set up a facility. In other words, money will be paid. We know nobody's paying them anything. But let's even assume some money is going to be paid. Who will collect the money? Is it the African continent? Because African continent lost people who are taken away to United States of America. Or the money will go to the United States of American blacks, where there are majority of them, and they will decide among themselves and those in Brazil and Caribbean who will get a share. How are they going to share it? Now, Ablakwa was saying that it could even be scholarship, that those who are talented and those who are looking for opportunity to go to somewhere else to go for education, they can even get money out of that reparation money and give them a chance. I will say, hold it all. The Ghana Government Scholarship Board, how is it being managed? How many poor people, children who are not in NDC or MPP are benefiting from it? Go and check. They only give it to their cronies who are already rich. They loot government coffers and share it. So, we are then saying that 80% of the people whose children cannot go to school because they are in the informal sector. And when they go to school, Nana Opoku Ajiman, the vice president, she sit in that school and they take money from the children like crap. Bring broom, bring this, bring coconut, go and farm on your teacher's farm, go and find it. They turn children into slaves. Are these the people who you think will produce children that will get that scholarship? Besides, what has reparation got to do with the scholarship for the Ghanaian child? Look at the cocoa farmers. Look at how their own children and their laborers cannot be able to go to school. They are suffering. Keta school boys who are catching fish, go to the seaport, go to Bukom, go to Labadi and see how people are working on them to bring fish. They are not helping the economy. They are not part of the government of Ghana. What is happening to their children? Go to northern part of Ghana and see how people are farming, working hard in the sunshine, burning in the savannah. They produce yam. The yam and the cocoa are the same. If they don't produce the yam and the maize and the millet and the potato and the contemplate and so on, Ghana government will have to import the beans and import them. So everyone is an equal contributor in their own unique different ways of making the economy work. Why do we have people who are doing their bit, but Ghana government is extorting them? Why can't they have earning enough to be able to live a decent life? Because we have scammers in government. Now, you said you are going to send children with the money from reparation, and everybody's happy. Black people are going to get money. All these black racists. Africa racist. Speak. What they don't realize that John Mahama and Ablakwa are fighting against white people. Yes. Who sold the slave? They say, don't let us talk about it. Who were catchers of slave? Because they are black people. Don't let us mention their name. Let us pretend they don't exist. Let us pretend they did nothing. They are innocent. In fact, we even have people twisted history to say, nobody sold anything. The European went in and catch everyone. And who took the slaves away? Who bought the slaves? The white. Who took the slaves away? The whites. The whites. They took the slaves away. They bought the slaves. The whites pay for the slaves. The whites chained the slaves. When they were bringing the slaves from the forest, how many white people were there? No white man. All of them were black people. They chained them. They put everything on them. They go to the blacksmith to make chain everything and put it on them and bring them to the coast. The white people couldn't go into the savannah. They couldn't go into the rainforest because it's too mosquito and all the problems that they cannot go. Our own people were fighting their war, catching themselves and going to sell it to the white man for rum, alcohol, gin. For suit, today's suit, you know, they were wearing it. The children of the king, they were marrying the whites. We have a historical account. Sugar, and gunpowder. They were exchanging the slave for it, so that they can fight themselves. Oh, Mahama and Ablakwa's father and grandfather who participated in this evil work. Don't let us mention them. Why? Because they are black. Don't talk about the slave seller because they are all blacks. Black people are innocent. Black people are godly. Black people are not fetish. They are, in fact, they are whiter than white in the heart. They are innocent. They are sitting down. They are minding their business. The only evil people are the whites, according to John Dramani Mahama. They are those who brought the big ship. Oh, there was no black people catching black people across the desert to the Trans-Sahara slave trade to go and sell. Don't mention it. Why? Because they are blacks. We blacks, we are supreme, we are innocent, and we are holy. All evil, white. White people took the slaves. White people were running the Catholic Church. White people were running Britain. White people were running France. White people came with sheep. White people are the only people who can make big sheep. White people are those who created plantation in America. White people are the only people who took slaves to America. White people went there and... What nonsense is this? When I tell you John Dramani Mahama is a tribal bigot, that fits into our definition of a tribal vagabond. You thought I'm joking. Can you see? Can you see? He and Ablakwa, they then go and wear fugu and wear dead and wear shit and wear crap. And then is this why we elected them? To come and bring a racism into the African continent and lead the Black Panther in America, who invited them to go for award. The black supremacists in America, Erikana Chuambori Kwao, they were those who went to call John Mahama. And being a greedy person, he jumped on his high horse and ran there to go and get an award, and they disgrace him. This man make my head ache. Mahama make me feel so disappointed, so unfortunate. In the name of the president and the government of Ghana, he has got too much of our money. The Mahama doesn't even know our problem anywhere. I'm coming. Tell me, how much are they going to give Ghana in that money? And does Ghana even deserve any money? It's Mahama now realizing that when we start trying to expose and point fingers, and we have the record, they are all in the museums, where it's on record who sold who, and we can show you all the kings and the chiefs of Benin and so on who were selling the slaves. How much are they going to pay? Are they also to pay reparation or not? The evil was on both sides. There was a war. There were winners of the war, internally and externally. Internally, the ones who caught the slaves were the winners. The sellers, they won, they took land and took human beings. And let me tell you something about war. Do you know that in Canada, there is a place, I think it's around Quebec area, where they speak French. But that land belonged to Canada. And Canada, the head of state of Canada, including that particular French-speaking area, is actually the British monarchy, the head of state of Britain. How? There was a war they fought. In that war, the French lost. And when they lost, their stake in Canada was taken. That was agreement at the Battle of Waterloo or something like that. That was what the land they lost. Again, let me give you another instance of losing land and human beings by war. I've given you some, Ukraine and so on and so forth. You see, Israel is doing it, King David, Mount Oli, Goliath Heights. All these places are land that belongs to other people. When they lost the war, Israel took it. Now, let me give you a very good example. Forget about the colonies you are wasting your time on. Let me give you another example. Togoland, Namibia, Tanzania, and Cameroon they all belong to the Germans. The Germans lost that land in the First World War. When they lost the war, they conquered the people who were there originally, and they now became the rulers of the land. The Germans. That is their territory. That is their colony. When they lost the First World War, the land was shared between the British and the French by the League of Nations. So you lose the war and lose the land. And you lose the people on the land as well. So the slave trade is all about losers. And you can't lose a war and come to say today that the war that you didn't fight. Ghana government didn't fight that war. Tribal people fought the war against others and they lost. And then you come and stand there. Yeah, they took our people away. They didn't take your people away because you don't have people at that time. You don't exist. Ghana government didn't exist. Ghana government didn't have people. Ghana government didn't sell. Ghana government didn't buy. Ghana government is not part of slavery. Ghana government that cannot have any evidence of one person inside Ghana today who is a citizen of Ghana to come and stand there that I am a descendant of a slave. It doesn't exist. So you not get shishi. Your racism, you stop it now or we shall stop you. And if you dig deeper, we will come and expose all the slaves and they'll be made to pay reparation. And you, Ghana government, will be the one to pay on their behalf because they don't have money. Ghana government, John Dramani Mahama, you pay shit. We are going to international court to charge the government of Ghana, yes, for selling slaves. Because if you have a right to fight for the victim of slavery, while you at that time didn't exist and you didn't participate, it has nothing to do with you. Then if we can trace selling of slaves to you or to people within your territory, you will pay for it. We are going to international court, ICC, and we'll make sure John Dramani Mahama is prosecuted because he is responsible for, if he is responsible for claim, then he's responsible for all counterclaim.